so we have to put it together carefully. You have your base, you're then putting a cream into it, which must be very carefully put in, lightly put in, so as not to lose the volume and the lightness. What would split the mousse is overbeating of the cream. It's essential that the cream be lightly beaten.
Leslie, can we just go over that again? You want Soufflé Fontaine, Grand Marnier Soufflé, the Vacherin, for, you want to try chocolate truffle? What's it like? Well, it's a base of chocolate sponge and rum syrup and a light chocolate cream mousse dusted with cocoa powder. To look at, very, very plain and simple, but it tastes rather lovely.
Now we brush the sponge with the rum stock syrup.
What's your liqueur bill like, Michael?
Massive.
What do you use most of?
We use a lot of Grand Marnier, okay? Quite a lot of rum, kirsch, framboise.
And how many bottles are we talking about?
Oh, I should think about 140 bottles a week of assorted liqueurs. Right. That's the sponge now well soaked with the rum syrup. So that's the base prepared. Put that out of the way.
Secret really is good ingredients, isn't it?
You cannot foul with good ingredients. And this will whisk up. We won't whisk it to the full peak. We just whisk it until what we call a ribbon stage. Right, our cream is about there now. That's what I call the ribbon stage. We won't beat it any further than that. I'll just go over to the stove now, bring over the hot chocolate, and can put it together.
Wonderful sheen on that chocolate.
That's best quality couverture.
Now that is not what I would buy easily in a shop, is it?
You would tend to buy cooking chocolate in general in the shop. The couverture contains cocoa butter, whereas the cooking chocolate is a chocolate-flavoured compound or fat. Couverture has a far better flavour because of the cocoa butter. Far, far better. The actual mixture ready now for the truffle. Now into the ring.
And that will set, will it?
That will set once it's in the fridge. You can set them rapidly in the freezer.
Doesn't freezing, though, not destroy flavours, but affect flavours?
No, I think the freezing will preserve flavours at times and certainly preserve the texture of the mousse. That's for certain. I'd rather have the mousse sitting in the freezer and being held in perfect condition than sitting in the fridge for a day or two, slowly but surely deteriorating. Right, that's the truffle set. Now we'll dust the top with the cocoa.
It really is a simple dish, this, isn't it?
It's
but
very
stunning.
simple, but very effective.
It's very plainness on the top as its strength, isn't it?
It is, yes. And you've got the contrast of the bitter cocoa and the mousse underneath as well. And then the flavour from the syrup, which is in the sponge. Okay, that's it. Now we'll take the ring off.
It's extraordinary, Michael, you know, because I've seen a blow lamp in at least 3 kits in this series that can't surprise me in yours.
We'd be lost without it, Kay. We use it for almost everything.
lovely.
There we are, that's the truffle chocolat.
Micheal is widely respected in the industry for his outstanding sugar work. Centerpieces like this one, made entirely of sugar, take hours and hours of work. This expertise has earned him many awards for what Micheal considers to be simply an expression of his greatest passion.
Now that's just granulated sugar and water, is it?
Granulated sugar, water, glucose, and when the sugar is almost cooked, I add a spot of lemon juice as well.
Why the bit of glucose?
The glucose helps make the sugar more elastic and will help stop the crystallization as well. And the lemon juice is just that final piece of security at the end, going to help stop the...
Extraordinarily elastic, isn't it? Colour's changing now.
This is where science ends and the art begins. I'd say the cooking of sugar and turning it from the crystal back to the liquid possibly is science. But once you've got it to this stage, it's definitely art. That's what I call liquid gold.
Why is that colour changing from that transparent brown to that? What's happened?
You've got small crystals forming on the outside of the mass, and the crystals rubbing together give off the light and the shine. When this sugar is cold, if we were to cut a piece, you'd see on the outside layer the shine there, and then inside you've got the dark caramel still. That's our basic sugar, all ready to work.